pa pa eya eya pa 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 eya pa pa eya eya.
Everybody, welcome back to the Year View Studio and a new edition of Locally Louisiana. Now the weather is getting cooler and I don't need to be a weatherman to tell you that there is 100% chance of gumbo in my future. Okay, gumbo and seafood soup. But let's take a look at our calendar of things to do. If you love brass bands and gumbo, or better yet, enjoying some delicious gumbo while listening to brass bands playing live, well, this is the event for you. Treme Creole Gumbo Festival returns on November 9th and 10th. Tickets are, well, let me check, $3.99. Get out there and get your gumbo. Beetlejuice. You thought I was gonna say it, didn't you? Let's just say that off-Broadway production is headed to the Sanger in mid-November. Based on the Tim Burton film, this hilarious musical tells the story of Lydia Deetz, a strange and unusual teenager whose whole life changes when she meets a recently deceased couple and a demon with a thing for stripes. Parental discretion is advised because this show is recommended for 13 and up. With Thanksgiving on the horizon, what better way to give thanks and to give back than to help out with the Second Harvest Food Bank? They're always looking for volunteers. You can make a real difference in your community. Help sort, package, and distribute food to those in need. Your time and effort directly impacts families facing hunger. So sign up today and experience the rewarding feeling of giving back. Hey, it's no secret that South Louisiana is home to countless artists of all kinds. And that's why we're so excited to introduce our next guest to you. Miranda Lash is here. She's an artistic director for Prospect 6. And this is a big event that only takes place once every 3 years. Miranda, welcome. Thank you for joining us on Locally Louisiana.
Thank you for having me.
Oh man, I'm so excited to hear about it. So how would you describe Prospect 6, excuse me?
Yeah, Prospect 6 is a very large-scale contemporary art exhibition. We bring in artists from all around the world, as well as artists from right here in Louisiana, and we present them in venues all throughout the city. So there's actually 21 venues in this iteration, ranging from museums that you know and love, like the Contemporary Arts Center and the Ogden, to unusual spaces like a former motor plant and a site right on the Batcher, right on the banks of the Mississippi.
When is it taking place?
Prospect 6 opens on Saturday, November 2nd to the public. It is taking place all around the city. We have maps published on our website that we encourage you to go visit, prospect6.org. We have routes throughout the city. There's a concentration of activity in the Central Business District, right around Harmony Circle and the surrounding museums, but there's also sites around Treme, around Mid-City, around the Bywater, even as far down as Araby. So we really encourage you to check out the range of spaces we have activated.
So it's all over the city.
Yes, yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
so you can pretty much go at any point.
Yes.
You can also bounce around maybe.
Yes.
Oh wow,
yeah.
that is super cool. So what exactly do you do for Prospect 6?
So I'm one of 2 co-artistic directors. My other co-artistic director is Ebony G. Patterson, who is an incredible artist and just won a MacArthur Fellowship. So she is a certified genius.
Congratulations.
And congratulations to Ebony. And for the past 2.5 years, we've worked together on selecting a range of artists. We selected 51 artists who we believe are doing some of the most innovative work in the world. And they come from many continents, not just the US, but South America, Southeast Asia, Africa. We really wanted a wide range of geographic representation of artists that we feel are pushing the boundaries and showing the way to the future.
What a way to see so many perspectives from all across the world. That is incredible. And to be able to meet people all over the world is actually incredible as well. So as the name indicates, this is the 6th edition of Prospect. What can guests look forward to in this edition? And then also, like, how many exhibits are they able to see as well?
Yeah, so guests can look forward to some very ambitious outdoor public artworks. So that includes an installation at Harmony Circle, a really ambitious installation at the New Orleans African American Museum, a beautiful outdoor sculpture right by Claiborne Avenue by the I-10, as well as beautiful gallery presentations. So not just in museums, but we are taking over 2 floors of the Ford Motor Plant in Arabi. That went out of business as a motor plant in 1933, but we're now converting it into an art space for very large-scale exhibitions.
So how have things evolved from the previous editions of Prospect?
You know, the beautiful thing about Prospect is every iteration is different, so the constellation of venues changes every cycle. So some venues we've displayed at many times, especially the museum spaces. But the fun thing about Prospect is because we're commissioning new artwork, and I should say we have 43 brand new commissions. That means 43 artists are creating artwork that has never been seen before. They're creating it exclusively for this event. And part of that process of birthing these artworks is talking with the artists about what kind of space they want to be shown in. So that's why some of our spaces are a little unconventional. We're showing work on Algiers Point to celebrate the proximity to the river. We're showing work in an artist-run space with beautiful, very moody lighting. So part of it is marrying artist and space. So we get to talk with the artists. We encourage them to respond to the incredible uniqueness of New Orleans. And they have produced these incredible, ambitious pieces for us.
This is so amazing. You're giving them so many really great opportunities. You have got me so excited about this, and I hope all of you at home are super excited as well. So let the people know. Where can they find more information, get in touch, maybe even help out in future iterations of Prospect 6?
Yeah. So please go to our website, prospect6.org. There's a full list of artists and venues on that site, as well as public programs.
Now, I don't know about you, but the temperature these days is right where I need it to be. Unfortunately, cool weather means flu season is on the way, and don't be afraid, the flu vaccine is available, and our friends at Baton Rouge Clinic can help boost your immune system.
My name is Dr. Tyler Terrio.
I'm Carly Montcalm, and I'm a pediatrician at Baton Rouge Clinic.
I'm an internal medicine physician here at the Baton Rouge Clinic. I focus mainly on primary care and preventative health. The most important reason why we really need to be forthcoming with preventing the flu is because it's very contagious, which you probably know from school starting up, fall semester, getting to work, it getting colder, and everyone getting sick. It's very easy to spread the flu, so it's very important to prevent the flu. Usually we have a typical head cold that starts when school starts, and that's kind of a warning sign. Once you start hearing and seeing sniffles around, that's usually not the flu. That's the end of the summer, beginning of the school season, typical kids getting dirty and getting each other sick and bringing it to their parents, head colds. Then the flu is right around the corner. So that's usually your warning sign to go in, get checked up, and get your flu shot.
The best thing to teach your kiddos, whether you get the vaccine or not, is great hand hygiene. And that is true regardless if it's flu season or not, but just really teaching them the importance of washing their hands well, especially after they're coughing or sneezing or rubbing their nose, trying to stop the spread of germs as best we can.
Except for very rare exceptions and adverse effects to vaccines, which you and your healthcare provider should already know exist. Everybody 6 months and up to 65 should get the regular dose influenza vaccine unless you do have immunocompromised status, in which case someone with immunocompromised status and 65 and up should get the higher dose trivalent flu vaccine.
Flu season typically starts in about October, but as this year has already showed us, sometimes we see cases earlier than that. So honestly, the earlier the better for getting your flu shot.
The flu vaccine becomes available in September of every year, and it's really important to get this vaccine as early as you possibly can to prevent further spread deeper into the flu season.
There's 2 different forms of the flu vaccine. There's the more standard injection form of the vaccine that is available for kiddos 6 months and up. And then there's the nasal form too. So if you have a kiddo who's terrified of shots or maybe getting other vaccines at the same time, that could be a good option, but that one's available for kids 2 and up. They're pretty equivalent. So if you have a kiddo who is terrified of needles, then the nasal one is an option, but might be a little less effective in terms of protecting them from the flu. A lot of parents ask us, can you get sick from the flu vaccine? And the answer is no.
There are certain side effects associated with getting the flu vaccine or any vaccine, but those are usually very localized to the area where you receive the flu shot. Some people do feel a little fatigued or sluggish the same day they receive their flu shot. But the idea of getting the flu shot and then catching the flu is actually a myth.
A lot of times kids will come in and get the vaccine and then maybe a week later they get sick with the flu and the parents think, oh no, this vaccine gave me the flu, and that is not true. The vaccine cannot give you the flu.
The attenuated strand that we use in every season's flu shot cannot replicate like a regular virus can. What tends to happen is that someone gets the flu shot, and while their body is creating the right immunity to the flu based on the exposure to the flu shot, they then get that season's flu, and it's within the time frame before they develop the immunity to the flu. So if you catch the flu, symptoms usually don't start for 2 or 3 days after being exposed. And then the flu shot doesn't build up immunity for 5 days. So there's an overlap there that could cause you to feel sick, which makes sense because we only receive the flu shot during flu season. So the flu's out and about. If we wait later in the season, there's a better chance of that happening. And that's typically why people associate getting a flu shot then catching sick with actually the flu shot causing the flu itself.
We try and make it as easy as we can on the parents because we know that they are busy, especially in the fall with doing sports and other after-school activities. They can come Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 in the second floor of the main Baton Rouge Clinic building to get that, and it's just a walk-in. You don't need an appointment.
It actually couldn't be any easier unless we mailed it to your house and gave it to you there. Any pharmacy will have it available during their business hours and administer it. If you have an appointment with your doctor during flu season, they'll probably recommend that you get it, and we recommend that you do get it during your routine visits. But even if you don't have a clinic visit set up, even if you don't have time to come in for a same-day appointment, hop into the clinic anytime, Monday through Friday, ask for your flu shot, and we would gladly administer it and keep you safe this flu season.
It's known as Gulf South's most inclusive and family-friendly festival, and it's returning Saturday, November 16th to the City Park's Festival Grounds. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about Beignet Fest, of course. I've got my own beignets right here. Sherwood Collins is here to tell us all about the festival. Now I have to know. Well, first off, thank you for joining me. I'm so excited about these beignets, I can't even talk. But thank you for joining us on Locally Louisiana, Sherwood. It is so amazing to have you here.
Definitely.
Okay, so I've got the burning question.
Okay.
How many different types of beignets are going to be at this festival?
We're going to have dozens and dozens of beignets available at the festival. We've got over 80 different food options there, but we have 22 different food vendors doing beignets so many different ways, from praline beignets to crab meat beignets, sweet heat and chicken beignets, honey pecan beignets.
Oh my God.
All kinds of wonderful stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Sure.
So it's not just about the powdered sugar. Everybody who thinks about beignets are thinking about powdered sugar only, but we've got the savory beignets too, right?
Absolutely. All kinds of good stuff that'll go in it. We've got plantain mochi beignets, things with seafood stuff, like I said, crab meat, fried chicken and beignets. So it's a wonderful just kind of spread of any type of beignet you could ever want.
Now on top of that, we're gonna have some really good music. We're talking about John Cleary, Big Sam, amongst many.
So we'll start off the day with the Prison Project. It's kind of a local inclusive group for people on the spectrum. They'll kick it off around 10:10, right as we open the gates. Then we'll go into the Imagination Movers, our kind of fest favorites, to have them out there for all the kiddos. Then we'll have up-and-comer Sierra Green and the Giants performing after that. We've got Amanda Shaw, Big Sam's Funky Nation, and we're going to close it out with John Cleary, Absolute Monster Gentleman.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you got the food covered, you got the music covered, and that's fun for everybody. But let's talk about what Beignet Fest does with the proceeds. So that money goes towards empowering the lives of autistic.
Yes, autistic children in the local area. So every year, the proceeds that we get, we help out different organizations who have programs that help out kids on the autism spectrum. We've done things like summer camps. We've helped to improve after-school options for kids, adaptive swim lessons. We've done training for first responders. And so one of our big projects is we have a sensory activation vehicle, which we're able to bring around. It'll be at Beignet Fest, but we've had it at a bunch of other festivals in the city. That it's a kind of a mobile sensory chill room. So if you're at a festival or someplace like that, and I've had experience like that with my son, is you get easily overwhelmed and it becomes a lot and you can just melt down pretty easily. So having this available on site at different festivals and at Beignet Fest, you know, if people are rushing up, they can go in there, relax. It's low light, it's climate controlled, the sound's kind of deadened, and they're able to kind of reset, get back into a good place, and move back on again. So we're very excited of everything that we're able to do, and hope that people come out so we can do more.
See, I love that. My godson is autistic and he is just the most brilliant child in the world. So shout out to you, Sid. But I love the fact that you have so many attractions specifically geared towards, you know, parents, kids with autism and stuff like that. So that's really cool, especially the cool down attraction that you were talking about. That I love that, because again, piggybacking off what you're saying, the sensory of all of this overload that can happen, it's good that y'all have a place where they can go and just kind of chill and then dive back into the excitement. I love that. Now let's dive into the nitty gritty for everything. How much is it costing? So did I hear correctly that there's a park and ride that you can use for the event as well?
Exactly. You are able to park around the neighborhood and area and in City Park, as long as it's an area where you can park. But we have partnered with the Deutsches Haus, which is pretty close to the City Park Festival grounds, and then will be a shuttle operating from 10 to 5. So it's $10 for parking there and a continuous shuttle to kind of bring you right to the front door of the festival grounds without having to walk too far.
Y'all are thinking of every aspect that anybody attending will be thinking about, and I love that. Now, the most important thing that I think that we need to ask is if anybody wants any more information, where to find tickets, things of that nature, get a hold of you for any reason, how are they able to do that?
Sure, they can go to beignetfest.com. We've got all the information there where they can buy tickets in advance. Reminder that prices go up the day of the fest, and so they can find out all that they need to do there as far as accommodations, everything else. And one more reminder that it is cashless this year, so make sure that you bring a little plastic card to help be able to purchase everything, but it should be a wonderful day.
And that's cashless for the front door and also for the vendors and everything like that,
Correct.
Right? Okay, so make sure that you bring your cards instead of cash. So that's good to know.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Can I dive into a beignet? You can't have Sherwood from Beignet Fest here and not have a beignet, so I'm diving in. I don't know if you wanted to join me, but you know I'm all about a good beignet.
Sure.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Congratulations, and here's to a great year. Cheers.
Cheers.
They call it the Game of Kings, and well, we must have a lot of royalty in the Crescent City these days. The historic New Orleans Collection recently hosted their 3rd annual Chess Fest, and we just had to checkmate it out.
My name is Colin Makeumson, and I am the Curator of Education at the Historic New Orleans Collection. We are here at the TEP Center on St. Claude Avenue, and we are here for the Historic New Orleans Collection 3rd Annual Chess Fest, which is a full day of, like the title says, chess and chess activities, arts and crafts, games, puzzles, and really something for any skill level. Whether you're just learning what the pieces look like and how they move, or if you're someone who really knows their stuff.
My name is Kendrick Perkins, and I am the Education Outreach at the Historic New Orleans Collection. I'm one of the organizers of the Historic New Orleans Collection Chess Club, and I also teach chess around the city of New Orleans. I don't know of another activity that brings people of different ages, different ethnicities, different race, culture, gender. It's one of the most, unique activities that brings a diverse group of people together in one space.
This turnout really speaks to the appeal that chess has. I think people think of it as kind of an old-fashioned game. You'll look around, some of these kids, they're playing on their phones, they're playing on computers, just as much as they're playing with real pieces and boards. So chess is a very diverse game and a very inviting game. Anyone can play it. It doesn't take much. All you need is a board and pieces, and if you don't have that, you can improvise pieces and boards, and all you have to have is really someone to play with. And that's a great way also for chess enthusiasts in the city to make some new friends and make some new connections.
It's a wonderful sight to see. Is you rarely see opportunities where these intergenerational moments take place.
Outside, we are going to see a game of human chess, where we, on a large chessboard, are going to see 2 games of individuals dressed up in chess attire, of rooks and bishops and knights and kings and queens, and they will be moved around a life-size board out there by 2 of our chess champions here, one from Mississippi and one from Louisiana.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a lot of fun, and yeah, we'll see who survives. For more information about the Historic New Orleans Collection, our chess programs, our great public programs, and our publications, archives, all the things that we do, you can find out more by visiting www.hnoc.org. We're also open from Tuesday through Sunday at 520 Royal Street in the French Quarter.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. And remember, you can catch up on all your favorite YourView programming by going to watch.yourview.com. We'll see you next time. Later.